thepascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal.
What's up? We got some updates revolving around Diddy's jury selection. If you don't know what's been going on, Diddy is looking at some serious federal charges. He could be locked away for the rest of his life. He's looking at life in prison, just so you guys know. And there is a jury selection process going on right now. We are about to see a trial actually go down next week, and it's going to be a crazy, crazy, crazy trial. But here's the thing, though. The jury selection has been a roller coaster ride. It has been an absolute mess. It has been sloppy. It has been an absolute circus. Now, I have not talked about the day 1 or 2 of the jury selection as much, but this one is very interesting and very crazy because it's bad for both prosecution and for the defense. It is a very bad look for both of these sides. Now, let me explain and let me show you this article title real quick, because again, they're saying that there are people in there that have close relation or close connections to the actual case that were showing up as juries, as potential jurors. Now, again, you'd think that defense and prosecution would do a proper amount of vetting to make sure that they have everything. The people that they brought in don't know anything about it, or that they could be good possible prospects for this jury. But it looks like some of these people slip right through the cracks and were a part of this jury selection, which makes no earthly sense to me. Some of these things is wild. Some of them knew the judge. Some of them have worked closely with the judge. Some have know the actual lawyers that are involved in the trial. The answers to some of these jurors, these potential jurors, are absolutely mind-numbing, to be completely real. It's been very, very weird how they've been reacting and how they've been answering some of these questions and how they were actually found. But again, a part of me also wonders, could Diddy be paying some of these people, trying to get them in there so that they can change the narrative or change the verdict? I mean, that's a possibility, right? Like I said, I got a lot of questions, and I'm sure you got a lot of questions as well. But let's take a look at this here really quick, because this is odd. All right. And also, I also want to point this out as well. From my understanding, they are extending. And I've said this in a past show or past live or past conversation. I had a feeling that they were not going to be done by today with their jury selection. They're asking prosecution, by the way, is asking for an extension of 2 more days. So in other words, they're not going to be done doing their vetting, questioning, and selection of jury, until Friday, which clearly tells you that I am a genius. I know. Stop it already. Stop. I'm a genius. But with all jokes aside, this is a very interesting situation, because how can you have people come on here, go in there, that they actually why not do that? Why not make sure you do your due diligence before you bring in these potential jurors for this jury selection? This is odd. This is crazy. Let's get into it. And again, I know a lot of us are side-eyeing this and going, could it be manipulation? Could it be Diddy doing some manipulation for his own benefit? Possibly. It's possible. But maybe not. Maybe just defense and prosecution are just plain dumb right now and making rookie mistakes. That could be it too. But this is very odd. Let's take a look at this. So Diddy's 3rd day of jury selection, obviously, has commenced. It's over now. All right. Actually has ended. Sorry. All right. But the selection featured a couple of people with close ties to the case. This despite the judge's direction to both sides to better vet prospective jurors. The judge, who is right here, okay, Sombramian, hopefully I'm saying that his last name right, but he is basically saying, y'all better do better. Damn, this is terrible. And I'm going to explain here just how bad it is. All right. Proceedings in the Diddy's case are moving forward with more potential jurors called Wednesday as both sides work to put together the 45-person jury pool. And it seems they weren't vetted with a fine-tooth comb. Here it comes. So juror 317 took to the stand, which got judge laughing immediately. The judge presiding over this trial, this high-profile case, starts laughing immediately because he and the man used to work on anti-class action cases together. That particular potential juror, who happens to be a lawyer, also admitted on top of that the case might make it difficult for him to represent his own client over the coming weeks. Yeah, that'd be a big problem for sure. Why are you even here? So both sides had reservations, and he was obviously immediately dismissed, let go, because they clearly were like, well, first off, the judge. Second, you a lawyer, and you are still representing other clients that might have, you might have trial, or you might have to be at some sort of hearings that are going to bleed over the next coming week, over the next 8 weeks. Again, this is 2 months. 2 months of trial, y'all. 2 months of mother-loving trial. Any person, especially a lawyer, yeah, they shouldn't be in there. Especially one that knows the judge, man. Come on. So Judge Sobramian wasn't laughing when another possible juror came up and said he actually works at the MDC Brooklyn jail, the actual jail that Diddy is being holed up in. Come on, y'all. Like, you can't make this up. You can't make this up. You got a guy who actually works at the jail that Diddy is living at? How did you meet him? Why is he here? Again, in my mind, I'm like, is he somebody? Was he going to be, was he a mole? Was he going to be one of the people who's going to try to flip the verdict, taint the jury pool, bankrolled by the diddler? Maybe, maybe not. While many in the courtroom laughed and the man was quickly dismissed, the judge chastised the attorneys on both sides, telling them they needed to do a better job filtering candidates to make the process more efficient. Damn right. Why go through hundreds of people if only to find out while you're going through hundreds of people that you still have people that are that close, very close, a butt hair close to this case, in some 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon type thing. You feel me? It's not even 6 degrees. It's 1 degree. It's a half degree of Kevin Bacon, especially with that MDC guy who works at the MDC building. He's right there. That's insane, y'all. How did he get in there? How did he get in there? Anyway, as always, jury selection brought out a character or two as well, like juror 314, who said he'd been binge watching the second season of Andor, and he's been watching it recently, and he labeled himself as lazy. Why are you here? Despite the prosecution's misgivings, the judge did not exclude him for cause. Interesting. Juror 2, maybe he was like, I'm going to learn you something, kid. You're gonna learn not to be lazy by sticking around. I don't know, but that's very weird. Doesn't mean that he's going to be a juror, but that is interesting nonetheless. So, potential juror 220 admitted to posting a meme about Diddy. And I wonder what that meme was all about. Was it like, hey, have you ever seen Baby? Oh, I don't know. I'm just curious as to what was the reposting meme all about, right? And then when asked why he didn't disclose it, he responded that he was doom scrolling. So, that's the act of scrolling through content on social media without putting too much thought into it. Just you're a zombie, just, doom scrolling. All right. He had explained the term to the judge, but he was ultimately kept in the jury pool. So that's very interesting. He posts a meme about Diddy, And yet and we don't know what that meme is about. It could have been a free puff meme. It could have been, but it also could have been yeah, baby oil meme. It could have been that too, right? And he still is being kept in the jury pool. But I will say this, that still does not mean that he's going to become a juror, like part of the jury, but he is being put in. He got past the first round, and at least it's like, American Idol, right? He's going to Hollywood. You know what I mean? Oh my God. So he's going to Hollywood for right now. But that doesn't mean that he's going to make it to the top 12. See what I'm saying? Okay, you're welcome. I tried to do American Idol skloopity-doo, but it's okay. We're going to continue on. By the way, Diddy's clearly got a routine when he enters the courthouse, wearing similar clothes to what he donned the first couple of days for jury selection and hugging nearly every member of the team. He wants to feel people. You got to understand, he likes feeling people. You know his freak offs, okay? We all know about that. So he needs body to body. You know what I mean? I'm done. Moving on. The first round of jury selection is done, but we are understanding that they're asking for a little bit of an extension till Friday, from my understanding. Okay. And the 45 members of the pool have been chosen, though it should be whittled down to 12 jurors and 6 alternates Friday. And of course, there won't be a trial or any court going on. The court will not be in session tomorrow, so they get a day off, and then they come back in on Friday, and then they are supposed to go in there and start knocking this mother lover out, figuring out who are the 12 and who are the 6 alternates, so that we can go into opening statements Monday morning. And again, guys, this is going to be freaking nasty and crazy, I'm sure. If it's already this kind of mess, if it's already this type of sloppy Joe, I am quite curious as to what we have in store for the next 8 weeks. Because if I'm correct, 8 weeks don't start until Monday, if I'm correct. But I could be absolutely 110% wrong. So we'll see what happens here, though. Again, like I said, I just want to repeat this and show you guys again. The prosecution makes a request for to extend the jury selection. Okay, so jury selection is expected to end on Friday. All right, after a surprise request by prosecution to delay proceedings by 2 days. So the judge granted a request by lawyers Wednesday for extra time to decide who they will eliminate from a list of 45 potential jurors. It's the last step of the jury selection process that began when potential jurors filled out questionnaires last week, which we already heard about the questions, and it's been absolutely crazy. But nonetheless, they will have a final decision Friday. They have tomorrow off, so they get enough time to really think about everything. And then hopefully by Friday, they nip this in the bud. They have their 12, they have their 6 alternates, and they go straight in Monday, fresh, ready for opening statements. And then that will be the start of the downfall of the diddler. But anyway, guys, that's the video. What are your thoughts? This is very interesting. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. We're going to see what happens on Friday. They're off tomorrow. And then Monday, it's going to be knuckin' futs. It all goes down, baby. And we're going to see how it goes. Does Diddy have his hand in all this? Is he using is he bankrolling some people besides his defense team for this whole situation? We will soon find out. Hopefully we'll find out. We probably won't. But it'll be interesting if he is doing that. Anyway, guys, comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Hit that like button down below. Crush that subscribe button. And we'll talk here soon. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.
Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.